Hey guys, just waiting on a call here with Miss Jillian Marielle, and I think I'll just record you a quick message about working in. Oh, I'll get back to you. Hello there, Jillian. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, there
Okay,
she
great.
is. I do
Yeah,
have her. Nice.
yeah, it worked. Okay, wonderful. Good stuff.
How
Yeah,
are you? How are you?
I'm really good. I I'm just so at peace. Things are just really flowing right now. It's wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, it feels really good. I just like it's just nice to feel taken care of. And that's me. You know what I mean? It's like me taking care of me, but just I don't know. I'm just like reaching like a new state of like pleasure and peace in my life.
So you're finding a place of pleasure and peace within your life, and it's happening around in your life.
It's happening in me and around my life, and like
So,
it's
so would you
interflowing.
say that there is a relationship as above, so below, a relationship between your mental life and your emotional life and what's actually happening in your physical life?
Oh, 100%.
There is a
Always,
connection.
always, 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 always.
Settle it within the self, and then it settles around the self.
Settle within the self. I like that. Write
Hmm.
that down.
Hmm. Just pointing out something you said to me. That's all. You said it to me.
This is true. You're catching things.
I'm just watching. I just from my perspective, I get to see what's happening. So after 30 years of watching people get into strive for their very best, I got to see some patterns.
Oh yeah, and and these patterns were.
I saw people that were winning and people that were losing in their quest towards their goals.
Interesting.
And from my perspective point, I could then determine what was successful and what was not successful from observing 30,000 personal training sessions.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Right.
That's a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So then I just got to see kind of what was working, and I could select the things that were.
Mm.
And then I could make sure I engaged upon those and make sure that I made it a part of my daily life principles or life packages. Or that's
Yeah,
yeah, so you're just learning from your life. That's just learning from your life, right?
it is.
But it's pursuing your passion with full might and full force, and then observing from the results.
Yeah, it is.
It's an observation. It's following your inner instinct, your inner desire, your deepest desire,
Mm.
and bringing it out, expressing it out into your life from maybe not expressing it all out sexually in the lower chakras or the lower energy centers, but then taking that passion, that deepest root energy, and inviting it up into my heart space. So loving the self, a higher expression of my desire, my energy, my sexual energy, my passion.
Mm.
Or taking it up and out the mouth, which is a higher chakra, or through the eye, a vision to see something out the crown of the head, and so the energy circulates through the body and life.
Mm. Yeah.
If we're consciously pursuing that, because what we seek, we shall find. Isn't it the truth, Jillian?
What we seek, we shall find. Sometimes. I think sometimes we seek something and then we find something a little different. Sometimes we think the path to what we're seeking is a certain route, and then we have to discover that it's not.
Right, but isn't that all a part of the plan of learning how to get to where we're going? We begin
Yeah.
with the end in mind. This is where we want to go. We don't know how to get there, but we think about that. And it's not like it's a straight line to get there, but sometimes I have to go down into the valley in order to learn what I needed to learn to get there. It's still a quest towards the goal. It's still no change on the goal. The position is, the end is still always there. It's for me to be my pinnacle. But in my way to get there, I'm going to have to, it's not only just gold to get there. It's the gold is actually the shadow, is actually seeing the gold, finding the gold within the shadow.
Wow.
It's not to be afraid of the shadow, it's to embrace it. Unravel it, see its worth. Apply its worth in your life to make gold. Alchemy.
Well, I've been having some very interesting dreams lately.
Awesome, because you're a bit of a dreamscaper, aren't you?
Yeah, I would say I'm a dream. Your face is so funny when you said that. Yeah, I'm a bit of a dreamscaper. I'm a bit of an explorer, in my dream state. I do go places,
Astral travel, is that what that is?
I think like some of it's been like thematic, more around like family things. And then one thing around something that I had pretty like hardcore trauma around, just like the States, the USA and stuff like this. So some traumatic experience.
It came up in your life and you were having to deal with it in your dreams?
Yeah, I mean it's been an ongoing thing, an ongoing recurring dream. But I haven't had much of this recurring dream in about a year and a half. So the last week I've had it twice. So I finally sat down and I started doing the paperwork associated with me moving through that trauma. So I just did that last night, which felt really good.
So you got some clarity and some vision on some shadow stuff that was kind of hidden in you hadn't really dealt with yet. So it was like dealing with it, coming to terms with it, settling the paradox, getting a better understanding of it, changing my perspective of it. Instead of hating it maybe so much anymore, it's like accepting it.
Yeah, definitely. And I had something very, yeah, that was coming up, and then I was like, wait, I've made this into a bigger deal than it needs to be moving forward, is what I feel. Like from what my dreams are showing me, it's like this doesn't need to be a big issue. I can
Let it go. Forgive
Yeah.
myself and forgive all others. 'Tis the past.
Yeah.
The acceptance is the path. Yes, we must have radical forgiveness and acceptance of all things in our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of, that's fluttering away. But then last night I had a dream about something that was like very, very interesting. It was about invasion of privacy when I was a younger child, from my brother, and just like not feeling like I had my personal space. So there's something there for me that I haven't had that theme come up before in dreams. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to pull this apart a little bit more and see.
Sibling interactions. I mean, it's our family interactions, right? This is where we learned how to engage with our lives.
Yeah, and I was at war with my brother for the first like 12 years of my life. Right? Like we were good, but often always clashing because he always tried to like control me and overpower me. And so
is he older or younger?
He's 3 years older. Yeah, so I really found myself trying to defend myself, or like be on the offense with him quite often when I was a kid. So it's interesting because I've been doing some like reevaluation of like relationship stuff, and I'm learning more.
Awesome, because that's what it's about.
Right?
Right. It becomes our masculine feminine interaction. It becomes our friendly interaction between male and female, because this is the eternal thing that's going on, isn't it? It's the male and female energies.
Yeah, so like I'm actually learning how to completely surrendered to like my feminine side, because some of the things that I'm learning about now, I'm recognizing, oh, my mom's displaying very masculine traits, and that's why these things come up in her relationship. And then I look at like myself and like, why have I been the way that I've been in certain relationships? And so like I think that's maybe why the dream came up last night with my brother, is like there's something about, I think, my association with masculinity that still has to do with a guy who's like aggressive and like intense and like controlling, and
You like that, or you're attracted to that?
I'm not attracted to it
You
at
hate
all.
that. You really hate that.
Yeah, I really don't like it.
You have a real discomfort with men like that.
Yeah, like I just don't put up with it. Like I'm the type to actually get into combat with guys like that. Like I can be very mouthy when I want to be and get into verbal battles with men, but I haven't really let myself go there in like years, because it's not necessary to me to try to like teach someone a lesson. It's just not it's not what I need to do. So like I recognize that, and that's a part of me, I think, being more in my feminine energy and recognizing like I don't have to act like a man to get what I want, you know? But I think some like earlier childhood experiences, it really felt like when I would try to go in, oh my God, wow, yeah, I'm like getting, yeah, when I tried to like go into like being like feminine, it was like my brother would just end up like trying to beat me up or like take things, or like I'd have things destroyed. And so it really was chaotic, and I felt myself having to like step into my masculine and like fight him, you
Mm.
know? And I was really good at fighting him. Like I have actually different friends where I don't even remember this, but they tell me of stories of how I'd beat my brother up. Like and the last time I beat my brother up was like 3 years ago. And I ended up like, I was so mad at him because he wouldn't like clean my family's kitchen, and it was his kitchen day. So I ended up like picking him up in a chair and throwing him outside. Like, like it was nothing, you know? And he's older, he's taller, like he's like 200 pounds. He's a big dude, but I can still, you know, I can still haul ass and
Yeah, you
toss.
can. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
So I kind of like threw him outside, literally in front of his friend too. So that really demasculinated him. But anyways, that's the last time I've like had a fight with him.
How was your trip to BC?
BC was magnificent. I got a lot of what I needed to from it in 5 days. Like 3 days in, I was like, I'm kind of homesick and over this. Like I'm good to go home. I I've created a life here that like I don't want to leave from, but also like the one friend that I went with, we ended up getting into like a couple fights.
Mm.
And I was just like, I don't feel like him and I are on the same like vibration anymore. I
Mm.
feel like he likes to complain a lot, and I just like I don't. And I
Mm.
used to have a lot of patience to hear him complain for hours, and now I just don't.
Mm.
So I found myself setting my boundaries with him, and just, you know, I was like I was like, right now I'm feeling a little bit overstimulated. Like I can either like listen to you chat, or we can take in the mountain scenery and listen to music, but I'm just a little bit, you know, it's like it's got to be one or the other. So I found myself setting my boundaries more with him, which felt really good. So then I wasn't just like being vampired in a sense, you know what I mean, being sucked dry. So but I did it in a very like feminine way. Like I don't know, I'm just readjusting, and it was a great trip. It was beautiful. It was a good experience for my heart. Really good experience. I did end up running into someone who I had just stopped seeing in November. This guy was staying less than 10 minutes away from me, so I ended up spending my birthday with this friend, which was needed because I was holding some heartache over the situation, and after spending time with him, it's like that dissolved. Why are you laughing?
You're just putting to rest all of your like requirements for another being, a male partner. You don't. Your answer is within you. and you're realizing it, and you're unraveling it, and you're connecting to your source. You're coming more into your center, and that's why you're making these decisions. It's making decisions. That's what it always is. It's changing our mind on things, coming to a solution, a definitive clarity, a vision of what we want, a more clear vision of what we really want and what we don't want in our life anymore.
Yeah.
Defining ourselves more.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, and it's really giving me some beautiful things to chew on. Like I did shift my relationship with my brother a couple months ago, where I just shared with him what it felt like growing up with him, and it just really felt like this uphill battle. And then since then he's been softening with me. Like he'll call me up now. He's like, Jillian, I love you. Just want to let you know, like he would never do that before. So there's things that have shifted with him. There's things that have shifted with my dad, which I think I told you. So I feel like I'm returning to like a more like delicate, balanced, like feminine version of myself, and not just like tomboyish, which I would say tomboyish and aggressive and needing to compete and needing to like feel better than, and like all these things, that templates that like I had very strongly before. It's like it's been less and less over the years, but I've noticed like especially the last like couple of months it's been really good.
Interesting,
And
very
I think,
interesting upgrade.
yeah, I think it's for like I think it's coming from a few different angles and a few different things that I've been doing, but it feels like really good.
Nice, nice.
Like
How's the training, fasting?
I'm training. I like I've been training with yoga. I've been doing yoga at least once a week and a float. Weight training I've been doing like 2 or 3 days a week. Fasting, I've been good at starting later in the day, like starting at like 12 or like 3 p.m. But I still find myself eat as late as like 10 p.m. or midnight.
You need to do a 1 day a week fast.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be
Choose
great.
your day and just make a commitment. Like it's got to be a practice, right? It's always has to be something that we can observe again and again and again and then improve upon. Has to be something measurable.
So I could do it Sundays because I was
That's your
already
day.
wanting.
That's your best day to do it.
Yeah, because then it's more like of a chill day.
So if you ate and relaxed on Saturday night, you would not eat again until Sunday night.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's totally
24
doable.
hours, right. Now, if you wanted to do a 36 or a 48 hour, that would be till Monday night.
Yeah, which is I was thinking more of like stop eating Saturday night, whenever that is, and then Sunday the full day fasted, then don't eat till Monday morning.
Whoa, so 36 hours. I love it.
So yeah, I mean I could do that. I
Yeah,
could
let's do it.
Okay, so I'll do that this Sunday. I just put it in my
Okay,
calendar.
there's our commitment, right? This is what we call accountability. You're saying what you're doing Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
And you see that practice that you've chosen to do on Sunday is going to be taking less physical material into your body for 36 hours. So you're going to have a time in your life which is different than usual because in your 25, 30 years, how many days have you gone without food?
Um, like 2.
Right, right. So it's a very different thing to say that I'm going to do it every single Sunday. I'm going to have this practice of reducing the external material that I put inside my body. So instead of getting my source of energy from something externally, I will, for those 36 hours, have to generate more alternatively.
Okay.
And then you're going to get to observe that each week. And as you observe it each week, you'll get a different perspective. Your perspective will shift.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah.
right? So just like you take a break from any substance that you've ever indulged in or gotten in a habit of doing, right? Whether it's alcohol, whether it's marijuana, whether it's coffee, when you take it away or reduce it, you learn something that you're like, I was afraid to let go of it, but when I did, actually I got something better. And I didn't realize that until I let go of it. And I was afraid to let go of it when I was doing it every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So when I take it away, I recognize what I couldn't see when I was doing it every single day. From a different perspective. So if you give yourself that different perspective every single week, you'll get a different perspective every single week. And that will be your ignition for the next week.
Got it. Yeah, it'll be like the momentum and the
Every single week you grow. Your own little personal practice. That's how you leverage yourself.
Got it. Yeah. And my Sundays, I wanted it to be a half day of silence anyways.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I've been going off my phone more and on airplane mode, and I've been creating more space. Like actually that's the main word that's I've been noticing with even what it means to be in feminine energy.
Being.
Is to be, but also to create space. Right? Which is being and stillness. Right? That's actually generating that feminine energy.
That's being. The man is the thinker. The masculine energy is the thinker, the thinking mind. The masculine energy is the decision mind. The masculine energy is the boundary. The masculine energy is the seed. However, it's the feminine that is the creation of the idea that came from the seed. The seed gives you the idea, and the creative mind creates the emotions and the feelings and the being, the being that's associated with the thoughts that you made with your masculine mind. The masculine mind is that boundary, that goal that you have in your mind.
Right.
Begin with the end in mind. I want to be my best. That's the masculine mind boundary. The creative feminine is going to create what has to happen on its way there. The masculine mind holds the boundary. It's the light. The masculine mind is the sun, the God, our sun. The feminine is the mother earth, the creative force, the life.
The Mother Earth. I love it.
The life. Where the house for all of the animals and the fruits and the vegetables that grow from the light of the sun. And it's the home for all of the animals, and we are the most evolved animal, the animal that has the ability to choose consciousness. No other animal can choose consciousness. We are the one that can choose consciousness. They are only conscious. We are conscious or unconscious. We have the choice. So we can choose to come into our consciousness. That's a choice that we make in the masculine mind that comes from the light, like the sun, the God, our sun, sends the light to the Mother Earth. The Mother Earth takes the light and creates the fruits and the vegetables which heal the most evolved being on the planet. It's the food and the nourishment for the most evolved being on the planet. It's the first food that comes from the light of the sun. As long as we don't denature that food, then it heals us. If we cook it and process it and we eat it then it kills us. So we can come back to our very best, which is the light that's within us. The marrying of the two forces, our mother and father, are within us. masculine and feminine, mom and dad are in us. If we can mend their love within us, then we step into our power. We have to mend the masculine and feminine within us. We have to come into balance of those two things within us.
Okay. Oops. Okay. Sorry. And that happens through these practices then?
Well, you have to empty out your body so that you can have contact with the source energy that's within every single one of us all of the time. That's the prana. That's the love. That's the passion. That's your root energy. That's your deepest desire. It is what is mostly you, your essence, your light, your fractal energy, your expression. There's only one being here. Masculine and feminine both are one being here. It's just one being. Experiencing life with the feminine and the masculine, which is what all of three-dimensional life is.
This go a little bit weird. It stopped for a second.
Got you back.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit psychedelic, and I didn't take anything.
All right. So psychedelic, that's a change of perspective. It's coming out of the thought mind.
Well, no, like I'm literally like how my body feels, and this started happening 10 minutes ago. Like I swear, like I've had no psychedelics in my system, no mushrooms, but I feel like I have mushrooms in my system at a microdose level because it's like this. It's like this purring sensation in my body, and then coupled with like looking around me, and then like feeling more like the vitality of like the tapestry.
Mushrooms can do that for you, but they're to teach you that you can do that for yourself.
Yeah. And I do believe that's true. I do, like, I've had points in my life where I felt quite psychedelic, no substances, in my body. And it's yeah, like it's a whole paradigm shift. And then even, yeah, it's been like a lot of dreams around family lately. It's so interesting.
So settling a lot of family energy,
yeah, like
settling
huge.
within you, dealing with some shadow.
Yeah.
Dealing with some things that are holding you back, making some different decisions. Solving the paradox, the riddle in your life that didn't make sense. It hasn't made sense for a long time. And then now that I understand it more and I pull it up again, I go, oh, you know what? That's really silly. I'm going to discard that.
Yeah.
Or I look at it from a different perspective now. I see it in a different way. I'm ready to release it. Sometimes you got to feel it though, right? It's got to come up and you got to sit in it. You may feel tired because of it. You may feel like a letdown. There's an emotional bit, right?
Well, this is something I will say is like my appetite and my energy levels have been so all over the place.
So that's what happens when you're healing. When you're healing an emotional thing, it comes up and it's expressed, and then maybe you feel tired, or maybe you feel hungry, or maybe, and then that could go on for 2 or 3 days before it clears, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, okay, I feel better. Whatever that was is gone. It's like I was working through that shadow energy, that lower frequency, that lower vibration that's been released in my body.
Yeah, totally. I hear you.
That's healing. Yeah, that's healing, right? That's the body healing.
Yeah, like I'm just coming back to simplicity.
Stillness.
And the peace that
simplicity. It's within you. It's within you. You're coming back to peace within you. You're coming into your highest vibration, your love. That's what you are at your highest frequency. You are love, which is the unity of the masculine and feminine within you. It's a balance of the two within you. It creates a peace, a settle. A settling within you and a settling appears again now around you in your life. So it's, you know, you're a lot of your stuff is associated with the masculine energy with your brother. Like you said, 3 to 5 years of your developmental life at home were surrounded with a battle between masculine and feminine energy between you and your brother.
Yes.
You're aware of that. You're working on that. You're working through that. That's a big balance of sexual energy there. Feminine energy, masculine energy, sexual energy, all of your energies there. Passion, desire, your deepest root energy is your sexual energy. This is your deepest root desire energy. The masculine for the feminine, it's eternal. It's eternal energy. The sun is always shining light on the earth. The earth is always accepting his light. It's eternal. They need each other. It never ends.
This conversation's very trippy, and I enjoy it.
But they can never understand each other. They continually pursue each other, forever and ever and ever. It's just the two things that are here, right? There was one unmanifest space. There was an unmanifest space. In the beginning, there was nothing. In the beginning, there was nothing, the unmanifest. Imagine everything is now unmanifest, so everything becomes nothing. This is the origin story. From nothing came something. However you want to explain that. From nothing, which was actually the all things are nothing. From the nothing came something. There was one thing came out of the nothing. You know what it was? It was the seed. It was the light. The light came out of the nothing. From the nothing came the light, and the light had to shine on something material. Earth. Mother and father. 2. God and Mother Earth. 2. God and Mother Earth came from the nothing, from the single point, from the monad, from the nothing, from the all, came 2 things, the light and the material, the masculine and the feminine. 2 things here. It's the only way. The first dimension, the second dimension, a straight line. On the earth, the light shined onto the earth, and the earth grew the trees and the animals and the beings. The human beings evolved on the earth. The human being is the third point that creates the Trinity. The Son, our God, our Mother Earth, and the being, the highest evolved being on the planet, the conscious being, the being that can marry the 2 forces of light and material, father and mother, inside of itself, and return back to what it originally was, consciousness, the nothing, the one thing that all things arise from. It's only one power and one force. There's only one thing here. We are all that one thing. This is singularity. This is one-pointedness. This is unity consciousness, the monad, the one. This is one thing. It comes from the all things arise from one thing. This is alchemical. The being is Jesus. The being is Jesus. The being that's able to marry the God, Son, and the Earth Mother inside of itself. The being creates the Trinity, the first 3-dimensional space. The being creates space, time, and space, the 4th dimension. The being creates the third point. We have the point, the sun. We have the point, the earth. We have the point, the being. The third point creates three-dimensional space, the triangle, the first shape. The three-dimensional space creates time and space. The fourth dimension is time and space. The fourth dimension is enclosed in consciousness. Consciousness is the fifth dimension. By marrying the two forces within the being, within Jesus, you can do all the things that I have done and more. This is alchemical. We can reconnect to the force within us, but we have to prepare the being. We have to remove the physical and the mental blockages. There are paradigms of thought that have to be removed. There's physical material that's gathered in the body because of the incorrect paradigms of thought. The incorrect paradigms of thought have led to addictions of all kinds, substances and foods. The being has been polluted by material things. The being must cleanse the body and the mind to return back to what it is, the all, the unconditionally loving source of all things, the creator, the creative energy that's within every single one of us and available to every single one of us. Does that resonate for you?
It's trippy. It was making me like have all these different like heart things going on when you were speaking about it. My heart like started to do something where it felt like it was flipping, and then I started to feel it like expand, and then my visuals got really trippy in here. And I'm like trying to like take in what you're saying. Then I'm like, okay, no, just pay attention to what you're saying. But then I was like, I was finding it almost easier to like relax into the feeling.
If anything I say helps you to go more into your own power, that is what value I offer. That is, if I can help you to go into the power that is within you, if I can help you to recognize by changing your perspective to help you to slip more closely and intimately into your energy. That's being more conscious with yourself. That's loving yourself. That's giving love to yourself. That's being with the love that's within you.
My stomach just responded. I was like, it grumbled a little bit.
It's saying, empty me out. Empty me out. 1 day a week. Practice, practice. When you practice, you get better.
My stomach just responded again. Okay, so yeah, it just it was like, hey.
Okay, so hey, have we got some plans? We've got a 36-hour fast planned for the next four weeks.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. What else we should also do is we should meet for a workout or something on Friday afternoon, at least once or twice over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, I've got this Friday the 13th if you wanted to meet. Does 1 o'clock work?
Awesome. Friday the 13th. That looks perfect. So exciting. Let's do a workout, and let's do a little bit of yoga. Let's do some workout. Let's work out. Let's work in. Let's work in. Let's scrap the workouts, guys. Let's start working in. Let's do 2 work-in sessions, one a little bit more lower passive energy and one a little bit more higher and vigorous energy. And then let's do a little meditation, a little sitting practice. And let's do a little brainstorm about the next week, okay?
Amazing.
Awesome.
I like that.
Awesome.
Yes.
So just clearly outlining what I want to see happen with my masculine mind, a goal, thinking it in my mind by taking it from my thought reality into my physical reality by sound. This is how we take thought into the physical manifest space, is through vibration, through the sound. So I speak it out. That's accountability. I say to you what I want, and you affirm it with your feminine energy, and then together we create a power between us. Your power and my power unified together, something more powerful than either one of us.
Okay.
Right? A collection. I say it, you affirm it. We connect Friday. That's how we move forward. That's how we launch ourselves. That's how we catapult ourselves forward. And we take what we create there and catapult ourselves forward. That's how we continually, alchemically move forward into the power that's between us.
It's beautiful. Yeah, this Friday the 13th.
Friday the
1 o'clock.
13th. Wow. Ultimate, unlimited possibilities, I'm thinking.
Unlimited possibilities. Exactly.
All right.
I love it.
So exciting. Okay.
Okay, beautiful.
We're scheduled. We're booked. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I'll see you Friday.
See you Friday.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.